بس اخذ كندا
اخذ اي واحد.
اوكي رايت بي الكنديان دولارز ان شاء الله.
والله بسم الله بسم الله.
ايوه
طيب الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله.
صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Culture is not just a meeting. It's not just a workshop. Workshop is a part of the creation of the industry which can make culture. Culture is created over years. Years and years and years. Made out of behavior, made out of falling, achievement, made out of creating something, and this will later on, after 50 or 30 or 40 years, become a culture. Culture change is another process that you have to go through it. Actually, on the individual level, the institutional level, the civil liberty space provided to you, which can allow you to be a change maker. If you don't have a civil liberty space, you will not be able to change the culture, or to create a culture, or to make a conducive culture. And this is what we need to know about culture. Culture is very important in every society and any society. It's a sign of identification, a sign of identity and character and your charisma. I was talking to you about Mahmoud Maligi, not you. You know, he was living in one of the top.
But they don't know Mahmoud Maligi is actor.
وهو أصلا منين؟ خلاص خلاص يا سيدي. عبد الله الصمد وهاني البنا. Anyway, he was talking about himself living in this very old avenue, the cul-de-sac of Cairo, of the old Fatimite Cairo. And one day he could not be able to pay the rent. The court came to kick him out. You know who was it? The fool's salesman. Who's that name? Fool. Fool, huh? The fava beans. The fava beans. Eh? The fool يا عم انا بخاف كده اغير الكرشه بتاعي. And the butcher and maybe somebody was doing some the shoe repair man said, why is this court man coming here? Said to evacuate Mahmoud Maligi from his flat. He stood as a culture. Not in my lifetime. He went to his shop and collected everything of the sales. Somebody else went to his wife to bring the gold. And he sold the gold before coming to the man or coming to kick out Mahmoud. This is what Mahmoud Maligi is saying. This was the culture of bonding, which led the poor people to stand up for the rights of their neighbor. Culture is about neighborhood. Culture about when we used to have somebody coming from a different area and come and look at one of our girls in the street on my dead body. Got it? We used to go out as groups.
I was not with him. I just knew the story.
No, this was the culture. The young boys of this avenue or this street cannot let anybody to actually make something wrong or actually to took or try to what do you call it? To chase one of our neighbors. And if one can dare and do that, we will come out in force without any calculation of the risk. Could be beaten, could have an injury, could have a broken leg, doesn't make any difference. This because actually, if you are implanted as a seed in the culture of this soil, of course your tree will be a such tree which you can bear different fruits. So culture is what will let your tree to bear the fruits you want. There's not much difference between culture and climate. culture and environment, culture and atmosphere, and culture and weather. Choose whatever culture you want. From weather, atmosphere, climate, or environment. So really, what then the donors, this is to conclude, donors culture is changing the, what do you call it, the moral values of most of the receiving organization. You want this, you do that. You want this, you do that. Any donor donation quoted externally by culture, internally by philosophy, values, and belief. So whenever you take money from a donor, nothing is for free. Even it could be an Arab donor or Muslim donor. Sometimes they impose their culture on you and their own local culture. So culture is something very, very important and very essential for the right growth of any community, and the protection and the preservation of the value and behavior of the people, like the case of Mahmoud Bey. Do something like this to anyone in our area, nobody will dare. Culture, to conclude, last time I said to conclude.
This is the culture.
No. The difference between the multi-story building culture and the compound culture and the avenues culture. Compound culture is something that you are not attached to the greater community. You don't go outside. You think that your world is inside this compound. Everything is cozy and easy. Multi-story building, 50 stories, 40 stories, you don't know what's next to you. But the avenues culture is the building blocks culture. It's building the community. And when somebody who come and destroy all the avenues in certain cities, in certain countries, know that he is destroying the culture of the area. I believe very much in culture, and next time you get Hussein Qazzaz, because culture discussion was in the 90s, isn't it? You remember? Late 90s. And we started late 90s, but we did not carry on. Because Hussein Qazzaz went to, I think, Emirates or USA or whatever it is. But this was a process which Islamic Relief was trying to make nearly 25, 28 years ago. And I'm very happy to see it happening, actually. Anyway, culture is essential for the sustainability of life. Jazakallah. Anything else? Give the biology a buzz. وعايز ارجع برضه.
على فكرة دكتور حسين is one of the people we consulted on.
Yeah. Ask him to come and speak.
Yeah, that's good luck to us.